Chris, the fact of the matter is, when I saw the effect that pills had on wrestlers, bro, I won't even take an aspirin because I saw, and it scared me to death.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Writing with Russo. Listen, Writing with Russo has 3 words, but only one of them really means something, and that word is Russo, baby. Yeah.
What's going on, Doctor?
How are you, my man?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I actually had some dinner that I actually brought some dinner. I love bringing dinner to my wife. I love doing awesome, that. Bro. You know,
yeah,
she does so much. And one of my best love language that I give is gift giving. I love giving gifts. I love buying things for my wife, people, specifically my wife. So I had dinner ready, bringing it. And so I'm left the gym, went to get dinner, and I'm putting the code in my door, and the dinner falls out of the bag.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Bro, no.
Falls right out the bag, right in front of my door, by the way. Yeah. I was like,
oh, that's awful.
Oh, man.
What was it? What was it?
Chipotle.
Oh, that's awful, bro.
You know, you ever been to Chipotle?
Yeah.
It was Chipotle. She loves Chipotle, and I was I had Chipotle just ready. I had a bowl for me and a bowl for her, and both of them just
man,
right out the bag.
That's horrible, man. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so she's such a sweetheart. She helped me clean. I cleaned it up, and then she helped me clean rest of it up because I was getting my hair cut, and my barber and the kids, she comes to us at the house, and so I was about to get my hair cut, so she took care of that, and she was just so supportive, and she actually went to the gym and is going to get I gave her a receipt, and they're actually making us 2 more bowls, and so she'll be coming back home with some Chipotle.
Oh, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm
that's
looking forward to it.
That's
Absolutely.
Nice.
So, you know, we're talking about family. You know, yeah, you're a family guy. I'm a family guy. And, you know, speaking of families, there's this family of extreme tag team competitors and former world champions of their own right, the Hardy Boys. All right, specifically Jeff Hardy. So there was an incident at a holiday tour. He was teaming with Drew McIntyre, and they went in the New Day, and they were going against Roman Reigns, the Usos. And no, it was him, Woods, and Drew against the Usos and Roman Reigns, I think it was. And I watched the match, and he was really, really sluggish throughout the entire match. The Usos specifically was really saving him in a lot of spots. And around the 10-minute mark or so, near 11-minute mark, he did the hot tag. He rode out, and he went in the crowd and never returned. And so he went home. And then subsequently, people were wondering. There were some rumors. I didn't really look too much into it during the time. People were asking me about it. I was like, I don't know exactly what it is. A lot of people thought it was a work. A lot of people thought that he was coming back to with his TNA character, Will-O-the-Wisp, and just a bunch of rumors going around. I just kind of scaled back and just waited to see what was going on. Unfortunately, there was some news received that he was indeed released from his contract. So what it seems like it was that there might have been some relapse issues from what it seemed in the match. I'm not quite sure. There's not been a lot of information, but it did seem like he was very disheveled. It seemed like he was very disjointed in the match, and then just he was really imbalanced mentally during the match, Vince.
Yeah, bro, you know, it's funny because you never know in wrestling because it could always be a work. That's one thing I hate about it. Like, you never really know. And when I say that's one thing I hate about it, bro. I don't hate it because I might get worked. I hate stuff like that when it really, really may be something serious, and I care about the person. It's like, I don't screw with me. I mean, I worked with Jeff. I was very, very, very fond of Jeff, bro. And yes, Jeff did have issues at TNA. There was no question about that. But you know, bro, I work with him at WWE, then I work with him at TNA, and bro, what a perfect gentleman. I mean, just a great guy, but he did have his issues and he did have his demons. And that's why when I see something like that, it's like, man, just I want to know what happened because I care about the guy.
Absolutely.
But I will say this, Jeff, because I was even talking to Al Snow about it this morning. He's on a show with us. And bro, if you have addiction problems, you know, whether it be painkillers or, you know, any type of drug or anything like that, bro, let me tell you something. You're not going to fix your issues staying in the business. It ain't going to happen, bro. Being on the road, then you're in that hotel room alone and you're missing your loved ones and you're missing your family and you're not going to get well while you're still in the business. So it's very difficult to know here, bro, because obviously we don't know a lot of facts. But if it was a relapse and Jeff was still struggling, the best thing he could do, bro, is step away from the business, because you are not going to kick a habit like that while you're still working, you know, 300 dates a year, and you're not going to fix yourself that way, bro. It ain't going to happen, man.
It's not.
You know,
I mean, I was just about to say. I mean, I work with. I have clients with addictions, and I do addiction therapy, and it's just when you are, say, for instance, if you're in the midst of alcohol, he had a gimmick with Sheamus where they were in bars and things like that, and just stuff like that is nothing to fool around with. There's so much therapy that is needed. And it's just it's a sense of it's a paradigm shift, and it's a reframing that you have to do, that you really need to train your brain to deject the feeling of alcohol when it comes to stressful times. That's a process. That's a long process therapeutically that needs to be reframed, that needs to be therapeutically, you know, trained and done. And when I was looking at stuff like that as a therapist, as a psychology doctor, I was looking at the feud with Sheamus. I'm like, well, why are you doing that to him? Like, this stuff is not to be played with. And it's like, you know, there was a time where he was, you know, really happy about, you know, his time in sobriety and things like that. I mean, if you're hooked onto something for a long time, you know, sometimes it could take years upon years to really detach yourself from that type of addiction. And it really takes a lot of work. And from what I've heard, there was WWE offered him rehab and he declined it. So I'm wondering why he did that. I don't know exactly why. I'm hoping to have some more information come up as far as why that happened, if that is true. So, I mean, I really hope that he's really making the effort to really get the therapy for it.
I'm just wondering, Chris, I'm wondering, when WWE offers therapy and rehab, I'm wondering if you have to go where they tell you to go, or if you can go where you want to go and they foot the bill regardless. Because, you know, I mean, again, we don't know anything, bro, but maybe it was a situation where he had gone to that place before.
Yeah.
And he didn't feel that place was, you know, I mean, we don't know, but I would love to know that with that policy, if you have to go to where they send you, or, you know, through your doctor, you can go to a facility of your choice.
That's a good question. And it is really important to really link yourself up with a therapist that really understands and that you really connect with.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, I mean, I've seen it. I've had a lot of clients come to me and say, yeah, former therapist. I just wasn't connecting. I really didn't see much of a result. I'm very firm and direct with my therapy. I'm very challenging. I give homework. I really help my clients just really understand and develop a skill set to apply. And unfortunately, a lot of therapists don't do that. So they don't find a connection. Someone wants to really have a lot of firmness and directness and be challenged, and not really getting that from a therapist. And so they're like, no, why would I want to go back to them if they're just a yes man? You know what I mean? If they're just advocating everything that I'm saying and not really challenging me to develop and acquire another skill set and detach myself away from that addiction. So those things are really important, Vince, and I'm glad you brought that up, because it would be interesting to see if the WWE actually said, okay, well, you're going to go to this therapist, and they're like, no, I don't want to go there.
But, you know, I think, bro, like, really, I don't, maybe because, like, I was around wrestlers for a really, really long time. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to get clean and get straight. You know what I think about, Chris? Thank God I've never been, you know, addicted to alcohol and pills. Chris, the fact of the matter is, when I saw the effect that pills had on wrestlers, bro, I won't even take an aspirin. Because I saw, and it scared me to death. But on the other hand, I think of myself and, like, okay, you know, Vince, what if tomorrow you had to go cold turkey on coffee? What if tomorrow you had to go cold turkey on, like, sugar? You know, I love chocolate. I got to have what if tomorrow you just have to go, and bro, coffee, I always call coffee the nectar of the gods. I can't function until I get a cup. What if tomorrow, okay, I'm going to stop coffee for the rest.
No more caffeine.
I can't imagine that, bro. I can't imagine that. And you know, when you're talking about alcohol and pills and how addicting those chemicals are. And then, bro, like I said, and if you're still in that environment, you're still working hurt. You got to get to that next town. You're away from your family. You're lonely. You're depressed. Forget about it. I mean, the odds are so stacked against you that's why I really hope this is a situation of stop everything. I am putting everything on freeze. And I'm going to take care of myself.